Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a really long time since I last filmed. If I'm being completely honest, I actually started a vlog and I was like, you know what? I haven't even caught you guys up on what's been going on in my life. The last video I posted, I'm like, will I compete again? And then I announced there that I was doing a off season with my coach Kim Odo and I was just about to start it and then I just disappeared. So I am back, I am here, and I'm super excited to film for you guys. If you hear the snoring down below me, my new addition to our family, my little pug Sandy, that is her. And that's honestly another reason why. I mean, I can make 101 excuses of why I haven't filmed. I just feel like there just hasn't been that like perfect time. And just last night I posted post on Instagram talking about like if you're waiting for like the perfect time to start your health journey, you're just never gonna start. And it honestly just spoke to me personally because I'm like, Shell, if you just wait for the perfect time to start filming again, you're never gonna film anything because Sandy's always wanting to play. She's barking, or my apartment's a mess, or I have homework, or I have clients, you know, that I have to take care of. So there's always something going on, but what matters is me making time to do this. I genuinely enjoy filming for you guys and I like creating content. It's fun for me. I get to be creative and it's something that's like out of my element, so I really enjoy it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get back to it. So I can't make any promises, but I can say this: I am going to try my best to upload videos weekly for you guys. I just thought that it was appropriate to film this like little catch up with me. I'm gonna try not to make it too long because I know sit down videos aren't the funnest to watch, but I think it's necessary in this case because a lot has happened from the last time that I filmed my video until now. So we're gonna go ahead and start off by just saying that I had started an off season with my coach Kimoto, and it was a 12-week off season. About 3 weeks into my off season, I was like, you know what? Mentally, I just was not there. I felt like I really rushed myself into that. And that's where I'm going to kind of go into some advice if you're either a first-time competitor, or you were just about to do your first show, or you just did your show, or you're just a competitor in general and you're struggling right now, like mentally. Please listen to how you're feeling because those feelings are valid and it matters. So I'm just going to kind of get into like what I was going through. So basically right after my show, girls, ladies, post-show blues is so real. And I really didn't think that I was going to struggle with it. I actually vividly remember being on the Stairmaster one day during my prep last year and watching a video of a girl that I was watching on YouTube. And to be honest, I don't even remember who she was at this point or what her name was on YouTube, but I remember that she had did her show and then she made like a follow-up video 3 months later, and it was like my downfall, and it was just about how she kind of spiraled after and how she just like ate a bunch of food and gained a bunch of weight, and like she didn't think she was gonna struggle with that, but like the post-show blues were real and like she felt depressed and like all this stuff. And I just remember being on the Stairmaster thinking to myself like, that's not going to be me. Like, I worked too hard for this. I'm not going to just like let it all go once I'm done with my show. I'm going to stick to a meal plan. I don't need my coach to reverse me. Like, I know what to do. You know, post-show blues, like that's all just in your head. Like, I really did not think that it was something I was going to struggle with. And lo and behold, I struggled with it big time. So it was something that I honestly didn't really come out and talk about to my social media because I was trying to work my way through it. But basically, like right after my show, I felt really lost. Like I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a plan. I didn't schedule a plan with my coach, and that was completely my fault. I thought I can do it on my own and I wasn't able to. So to give you guys a little bit of reference of what I went through, in the span of like 3 months, I gained a little over 25 pounds. And from the outside looking in, I heard it multiple times, like, where's the weight? Or like, you can't even tell you gained that much weight. And like, it was just kind of like a joke, but it wasn't funny to me because I felt the repercussions of that. My body felt it physically and mentally of gaining that amount of weight in such a short period of time. And it was like, I just felt like I had no control. And that's where I went wrong, was like not seeking help right away and not reaching out to my coach sooner, or not setting up a plan post-show right away, because that's what I should have done. So just some advice for you guys. Like I said, if you're a new competitor or you're about to go into your first show, plan accordingly for the aftermath because it is hard. And I feel like I see a lot or hear a lot that like it's not really talked about. And I think it's like 50-50 for me. I feel like I do see a lot of competitors talk about it, but then there's a lot that don't, because to be honest, like everyone is different. So maybe they really don't struggle with it. I'm not going to sit here and say everyone struggles with it and everyone goes through it, because that would just be an assumption. And I'm not going to assume that. I could just speak about my personal story and give you my advice based on what I went through. So I'm going to say that I highly recommend that you just seek that guidance prior to finishing your show so that you already have like a plan lined up. I think that's really important. If you're on prep right now, you know it takes a lot of your time and it's very, very time consuming. And if you're thinking about doing a prep, just know that it's very time consuming and it takes up a lot of your time to be on prep. So when you're done and you're finished, you're kind of like, okay, well, now what am I supposed to do? So that's kind of where I was at for a few months, and I kind of felt like I lost myself. And then when I finally decided, I was like, you know what, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I thought that the quick fix was to go back into a prep, which was a bad idea. So basically what I did was I was like, you know what, I'm going to go into an improvement season with my coach and then find that structure and that balance again. And then I'm going to feel like myself again and I'm going to feel better. But that didn't help me feel any better. So I was really honest with my coach, Kimoto. He is the most understanding person. He understood 150% where I was coming from. I was dealing with some digestion issues at the time. I was dealing with like mental issues at the time where I just felt like I wasn't completely in it. And I was very honest with him about that. Like I did not feel, and I knew that I wasn't giving the same effort in that off season that I was in my prep. And I just knew at that moment, like I was not ready to commit to that. And so I finished out the off season. I didn't follow my plan like I did with my prep. I was on it completely with my prep 150%. And when it came to my off season, I just wasn't, because mentally I just wasn't in it. I wasn't invested in it as much as I wanted to be. It just wasn't my time. So I stopped doing the off season, which is why I stopped filming it, because I was just kind of going through a lot. And that kind of gave me the time to kind of figure myself out. I felt like I had a lot to kind of work through. And again, this is my experience. So with my experience right away, I was like, I'm never going to do a show again. Like it gave me like really bad body image. It did this, it did that, it did that. And I pointed fingers and I blame. But when I took a step back and really looked at the bigger picture, these were issues I was dealing with before I even prepped, before I even did a show. But it was easy to just blame bodybuilding and blame competing. And so again, this is my experience. Maybe you've gone through a show before, or you've competed before or prepped before, and it really did affect you in those. And it was for that reason. Then that's your experience, but this is mine. And my experience was, it was so easy to blame it on that. But when I took a step back, it really wasn't the bodybuilding that caused me to feel this way. It was what I was feeling prior to going into the prep. So again, if you are someone that's thinking about competing or you are planning on it, I would highly recommend that you go into a prep mentally ready for it too, because it is a lot of work, both physically and mentally, and it could be really, really straining on you. So I just recommend to really just think about what you're going to do before you do it. If I could recommend anything, honestly, too, and I didn't even think about this before I did my first prep, is that if you've never prepped before, you've never been in a prep before, you've never done a show before, I would highly recommend to find a coach that you want to work with and do an off-season program before doing an actual prep, because an off-season program is very similar to a prep, but it's just not as strict, and there's a little bit more leeway for like learning, and there's a little bit more leeway to maybe not eat as strict as you are on your prep, to kind of literally mentally bring you up to that place where you're ready to start a prep. Because going straight into it, it was really hard. It was really, really hard. Even for me, that I like for the most part ate pretty healthy and I worked out, it was still really hard for me. So if I can give you any advice with that too, it would be to try an off-season program with your coach before committing to an actual prep if you've never done it before. But yeah, so that's kind of where I was. I felt like really lost for a while. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was thinking about like my education, like I completely put that on hold for like a really long time. And again, it wasn't because of competing. It was literally years before that I stopped going to school. So I was like, I kind of want to go back to school. And that was like another big commitment of mine. So there was just kind of a lot going on. So to sum it all up for you guys, I'm already approaching 9 minutes. So to sum it all up for you guys, I started an off season. It didn't go as planned. I wasn't ready for it mentally. So I took a step back. I didn't do it. And then right after that, shortly, I enrolled in school. And then I started that in January. And then I just finished my winter semester on last Wednesday, and now we're in February, and I started my spring semester on the 14th. So I've been in school for the past 2 months now, and it's definitely different for me. I've been out of college for 4 years, so like to go back, it's a different type of stress, right? And as I mentioned earlier on in the video, I got a pug now. Her name is Sandy. She's so cute. I would pick her up and show her to you guys, but she's playing with her bone and I don't want to distract her. And then also I started my certification to become a certified nutrition coach, because as of right now, I'm a certified personal trainer, not a certified nutrition coach. And I really feel like there's that education that I can use to better help my clients. So there's a lot that I'm doing right now. And for those of you that don't know, I'm actually in a bikini prep at the moment. So it is now February 21st. It may be the 22nd. It's the 22nd. It's February 22nd, and I am currently in my 7th week of my bikini prep. So I'm really excited for that. And I want to share more of that with you guys. But like I said, I felt like there was such a big gap between like the last video I filmed that I didn't want to just like come in with this like I'm in prep now. Like I kind of needed to give you guys an update on what's been going on in my life. Well, not needed to, but I wanted to, because I felt like it was only fair. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that, guys. So I'm feeling a lot better, both mentally and physically. I went into this prep and started this prep on January 10th, and I started it heavier than I went into my last prep. Which is okay. My body just looks different now. And that's another thing too, is like, I feel like going into this prep, my mindset and like my mentality is much different than it was going into my first prep. Not only have I gone through this already, so I have the experience, but there's also a lot of lessons that were learned and things that now I know not to do and things I know to do. And by to do, I mean to really share the hard times, because there was a lot of hard times in my first prep that I didn't share with anyone because I didn't want to seem like quote unquote weak, or I didn't want to come off like I was complaining. But I think it's important to share those hard times too, because they're real. And like, bikini prepping is not all glamorous. There's a lot of hard parts to it, and it's important for people that compete to talk about it, to kind of show the people that haven't done this before what it really is to compete and what it really is to prep. Because like I said, it's not all glamorous. It's not easy. It's really hard. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And if your why is strong enough, is it worth it? Absolutely. But if your why isn't strong enough, is it worth it? Probably not, because it is really hard. So I just want to continue to create content for you guys. I want to share this prep with you. I have 8 weeks left in this prep as of right now. Things may change, but as of right now, the plan that we have, my coach and I, we have 8 weeks left in this prep. So I'm really excited to just share this journey with you guys. I'm really excited to just be really real with you guys. This is Sandy. She was just chewing the wire to my ring light, so she distracted me. But this is Sandy, and this is my point. It was there's no right time or perfect time for me to start filming again, because I feel like I'm just always busy at this point, or like I have something to do, or Sandy wants to play. Thank you for the kisses, Bubba. But she's just adorable. So you're going to see lots of her. And like I mentioned, if you hear snoring in the background or breathing very heavily or barking, it's Sandy. So my days look different. My life is different now. I'll explain it as it's not so, bless you, it's not so zen anymore. I was watching like one of my old YouTube videos, and I was like stretching in the morning and like breathing, and my apartment was all clean. And I was like, yeah, my life does not look like that anymore, and that's okay. So I'm here to be real with you guys. I'm here to just share more with you guys, and I hope that you come along with me. If this is your first video watching, my name is Shell. I probably should have done this in the introduction, but I forgot. So my name is Shell, and I compete in bikini for the NPC. And I am currently in my 2nd prep. So if you're here for lifestyle, health, fitness, competing, bodybuilding, all that good stuff, then stick around, subscribe to my channel. And if it's not your thing, then that's okay too. But like I said, I'm very excited to continue to share with you guys. You'll see lots of Sandy. You'll see lots of workouts, just kind of what I eat in a day, take you through my day. I'm also a certified personal trainer, as I mentioned. So I have my own business as a personal trainer, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of share that with you guys too. Like maybe take you through how my days look, how I do my work, how I did my business and how I started it up and how I'm maintaining it. I think that that's pretty important to share too. Thank you, Bobo. Thank you for the kisses. She loves giving kisses, and she like loves people. I swear she loves people more than she likes dogs. She's so cute. But yeah, guys, so I'll go ahead and cut it here. It's about almost getting to 15 minutes and I didn't want to make this too long, but I just kind of wanted to catch you up. So here's my catch up video. Now you know where I've been, what I've been doing, what I've been up to. And now that you know that I'm in a prep, bless you. Now that you know that I'm in a prep, I'm going to start posting about that. So I already started a video for you guys. I'm going to post this video probably either today or tomorrow. Today is Wednesday. Like I said, it's the 22nd of February. And then the goal is to get a video up by Sunday. So like I said, I can't make any promises because my days look very busy and they're very unpredictable at this point, especially with Sandy. So I have the goal to post at least once or twice a week. If that doesn't happen, I apologize in advance, but I'm trying my best. So I hope to have you guys stick around and I'm excited to share more content with you guys.